You are now watching a Llama Rider 37 production.
As a child, I was very sheltered, not by protective parents, but by circumstance. I couldn't have friends over to the house being a disaster. I was always too nervous to ask over to friends' houses, and my parents were too busy with their mental problems to pay any attention to us kids. These issues combined led to school being the only real social interaction I had. Sometime around 2010, my dad bought an Xbox 360. This Xbox was a beacon of hope. It offered great games and an escape from boredom. My early gaming was mostly focused on Madden, WWE, and NBA Live. I'd been playing pretty much only sports games since I was 4 or 5 at this point. But one day at school, my buddy wouldn't stop talking about this new war game. I was very intrigued. It sounded like a ton of fun. I went home and wouldn't quit bothering my parents about it, and I ended up getting the game. I can't remember how it played out exactly, but we ended up going to GameStop and we came out with 2 games. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 2. We came out with the store with what is widely considered the 2 greatest Call of Duties. People typically lean towards MW2 being the greatest, but I passionately disagree. I believe Black Ops 2 is the greatest game that has ever been made. I personally despite Infinity Ward CODs. The balancing is terrible. 3 to 4 guns become the meta, the colors look like shit, and the customization options are always ass. For example, MW2 or 3, I can't remember which one, offered a set of weed items. Do they not know how many weed overdoses there are a year? Infinity Ward is heartless. Treyarch, in my opinion, makes games that are polar opposite. The balancing is usually good. In my opinion, you could use just about any gun and be successful in BO2. BO2 is a beautiful game full of vibrant colors, and there are no weed cosmetics. Thank God. BO2 also offers the best class system, with the Pick 10 system. Score streaks were introduced for the first time, and by far the best version of the emblem creator. The hours I spent copying emblems off of YouTube are some of the most formative moments of my life. Fuck you, Dad. The gameplay was perfect. The maps were great, campaign was good, and the zombies introduced my 3 favorite zombie maps: Town, Origins, and Buried.
2 German scientists sought to harness dark and mysterious forces buried for centuries. They believed their discoveries would assure Germany's ultimate victory. What they could never have imagined was just what else their research would unearth.
Black Ops 2 Zombies. BO2 Zombies started out rough with Transit. Transit is a very fun but very flawed map. At least we got the survival maps, Town being the highlight. Town is about the best introduction I could have ever had to zombies. I used to be the annoying little cousin who tried to join any game I could. My cousins were playing BO2, so I joined in progress, and to my surprise it was zombies. They were playing Town. It was the high 20s and they had ray guns. I spawned in the next round and just kept going down. Eventually they stopped reviving me. This led to me only spectating. And I witnessed them pull the Galil out of the mystery box, and I thought it was the most magical weapon of all time. Turns out it's just a normal AR. I mean, it's a good AR, but it's not as spectacular. I thought it was a wonder weapon. Anyways, I ended up quitting, they wouldn't revive me. I wasn't good, but I was determined to get better. The next map to come out was Die Rise, another fuck-up of a map. I've only played it a handful of times. The Slippy Zombie Foot Squirt Gun is cool, though. Now, my opinion on the next map is unpopular to say the least. I don't like Mob of the Dead. That's all I'm going to say to avoid angering you. The next map is legendary, Buried. Buried is a map that takes place in a traditional Old West American town that was teleported underground somewhere in Africa. I believe. I could be wrong, but I believe that is the case. This map is great. Camping in the jug hallway with the paralyzer is something I'll never forget. Then there was the big one, Origins. If Buried is legendary, then Origins is extraordinary. Origins is one of the greatest zombies maps. No, I'd even say video game experiences of all time. I remember the first time I loaded it up. I looked up and saw a huge foot coming at me and jumped a little. And then I was licking my lips. I said, bring the foot near me, please. Alright. I then ran around the starting room and died on round 3, not knowing what to do. I didn't know what the fuck the fucking cock pump, you know, the cock pump by the fucking, I didn't know how to do that. I was scared. At this point, I was still a young man, so I hated playing zombies alone. It was terrifying. It's like playing survival for the first time on Minecraft. I didn't play survival till I was like 12. So, I began searching my friends list for someone who was playing Origins, and I found one. I joined in progress. They had all the staffs built. I spawned in the next round. I picked up the lightning staff, the only one they left behind, and I kept going down. They wanted me to leave, but I had the lightning staff, so why would I leave? You know, I did eventually leave, but I wanted more. This led to me playing Origins a ton. I still have never beat the Easter egg, but I now know how to do pretty much everything. I believe even with the lackluster maps, Origins, Buried, and Town make this the best zombies experience. You know, that's all I have written, but Origins is a fantastic map. It's the best zombies map, damn near one of the best, you know, video game. You know, I've already said it, but I wish I had more words for it. But the map is fucking amazing. It's great.
IFC entering our friendly grid coordinates. Air Force 90 seconds out.
Black Ops 2 multiplayer. BO2 multiplayer is the greatest online shooter experience of all time. I played Black Ops 2 multiplayer probably triple the time I played zombies. Now I will say Origins does clear, you know, it is better than any multiplayer experience, most likely. You know, I'd have to think about it. But majority of my time on Black Ops 2 was spent on the multiplayer. My first time logging into Black Ops 2, I joined my friend's lobby and we played Team Deathmatch. The map was Raid. I picked the default class with the M1216 and the crossbow. I don't think I got a single kill. This memory of Raid is one of the most vivid of my young childhood I have. The way I remember the map from the first time is strange. The memory is different from the way the map actually looks. Anyways, I didn't really like the game at first. It wasn't like Halo Reach, which at this point was my only shooter experience. Great game as well. I love Halo Reach. As I played more and more, I began really liking the game. I started out with the MP7. I used this until I unlocked the MSMC. The MSMC is one of the best guns I've ever used in a Call of Duty. I used the MSMC for a couple of months. Then I decided I need something with a little more range. I settled on the SCAR. The MSMC is one of the best, but the SCAR is the best. A SCAR with fast mags and a suppressor. The weapons were great. Then there's the equipment. I mainly ran the wild card that let you have 2 lethals, or it may have been a perk, but I would run 2 C4s. I was throwing the C4s around like how my whore ex-wife, fuck you, throws around her pussy, at anyone. I typically didn't run tacticals, but they were all great as well, especially the chalk charge. The secondaries were amazing. I used to have a TAC 45 class, and depending on the skill level of the enemy team, it would outperform primaries. I would also add, I ran a riot shield as well, so my back was mostly covered, but the TAC 45 is fucking insane how overpowered it was. The perks were great. The game modes were great. The maps were fantastic. BO2 spawned classics such as Raid, Slums, Standoff, and even the maps that aren't as popular were still great. Meltdown is very underrated. Meltdown might be my favorite map from Black Ops 2. Nobody talks about it, but it's a great map. I like the little cylinder part. It's just a great map. The score streak system was a great addition. I believe score streaks are far better than kill streaks. Not being rewarded for playing objective is foul. There is nothing I can definitively say is bad in Black Ops 2 multiplayer. Far better than Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. I know that's a hot topic, but there's such cheese in MW2. It's just, you know, this is off the top. The script's done, but once again, I wish I had more to say. Black Ops 2 multiplayer is, you know, was there more than my father. You know, I was playing it till I was fucking like 13. And that was in, you know, I didn't even get a fucking Xbox One when it came out, so I was still playing Black Ops 2 for like 3 fucking years. Just a great game.
But now, here I am. With you.
So we are the same, David.
shaped by those we have lost.
Black Ops 2 was one of the pillars of my childhood. Without it, my childhood wouldn't have been the same. Would have been much more bored. Third grade me wouldn't have known what to do after school. 8 hours a day was spent on BO2, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Except if my parents were actually parents, but, you know. I wouldn't have done it any other way. The Call of Duties that came after just can't compare, especially modern COD. Earlier this month, I booted up Black Ops 6, and it's fucking terrible. The maps are fucking bad, the guns suck, there's like 2 good guns, like, them switching to an Infinity Ward based like engine or whatever, like they're using the same engine as the Modern Warfares, which the new Modern Warfares are fucking terrible. Has completely killed the game. Cold War was already a step down from Black Ops 4 was decent, but Cold War was okay, and then Black Ops 6 is just fucking bad. Activision has prioritized profits over quality, and it shows. I could care less about Nicki Minaj and 21 Savage being in the game. Can you just make a good COD again? Thank you, Black Ops 2, and fuck you, Activision. Ton of fucking losers running that thing. Fuck you, you know? I would say something more vulgar, but, you know, I don't want to get demonetized, but fuck you as a company. You guys make terrible games now. Make a Black Ops 2 remaster and you can put supply drops in it. I don't care. Just let me play an actual quality Call of Duty again.
All of a sudden, you close the door. I don't notice, stare at
All right, the outro is played. That's the end of the video. Thank you guys for sticking around this long. Ton of fun to record the gameplay, obviously, and the audio. I mean, this is something I'm very passionate about. So thank you guys. If you wouldn't mind doing all the YouTuber shit, you know, hitting the bell. None of you guys are gonna get this far, but if you did, how about this? Comment penis, please. I want a bunch of comments in my comment section saying penis, please. Penis.